This is the Desphere 13 and welcome to an episode of War Thunder. And I know it's been a while since I've put a... Wait, War Thunder? Did I say... No. I meant World of Warships. I'm just gonna leave that in, because at this point it really doesn't matter, does it? It's, what, 23-ish seconds into the actual video past the intro. I almost said outro. I really need to get my shit together someday. But anyway, World of Warships. I almost said War Thunder again. Man. But I know I don't play this game often, simply because it's really slow-paced, I guess. And the main reason why I'm playing it is because of how long it would take for me to grind through the VK36. Is it a 3? No, it's 3 something. The one right before the mouse, the Tier 9 German Heavy VK. The really hated one that seems to just get penned left and right and center, all angles, all day, every day, no matter what kind of ammunition is being fired. Yes, high explosive has penned me before, and it wasn't anti-tank. But anyway, on to this is what happens when I don't actually have some stuff just jotted down. Is I ramble and not much really goes on. However, in this game is a shot that I'm quite proud of, but that's more towards the end. Now, spoiler alert, we lose. Well, not we. You won't lose every game. Just me. So, yeah. But what to talk about in this episode? Oh, yes. World of Tanks, and my time spent in it. It's been enjoyable, and I'm not leaving it anytime soon. It just gets harder and harder and harder with all the other games that I want to play, and all the other stuff that I want to do, to actually play World of Tanks, if that makes sense. Not to mention, one of the biggest problems that I have is it's weird for me to ask people to record with me and all this stuff, and I mean, most of the time I'm in the chat channel live streaming and someone pops up and says, "Hey, could I play with you?" And I give them the heads up that, hey, I'm recording. Well, not quite recording anymore, but hey, I'm live streaming. Are you okay with that? And most of the time they're like, oh yeah, perfectly fine with it. So it's hard to find stuff like that, especially at the times that I get to play. Mainly because by the time the rest of the clan that I'm in gets on, it's 8-9 o'clock at night for me, and I either have school the next day or I have work the next day early in the morning, and things just don't seem to ever line up perfectly to actually be on with other people. And some of the friends that I have kind of don't want to get into it because of the games they have, which 9 times out of 10 are first-person shooters, and the idea of a third-person tank simulator-based game isn't exactly ideal for them. Mind you, it could be a lot worse. I could be saying, hey, let's play Pokemon, and they are hyped up on sugar, crack, Mountain Dew, Monster, Red Bull, and pure caffeine, and I've been playing a first-person shooter for a couple of days. And, well, maybe not all those combined at once, but sometimes it feels like they just go, and games like World of Tanks, World of Warships, War Thunder, well, maybe not War Thunder so much because of the aircraft and the constant go function of that, but majority of my friends prefer first-person shooters for that high action. I'm not going to say high octane because that would be incorrect, but high action, high speed, just rush here, kill things, move on, or die, and just generally have fun. While World of Tanks, you could do that, but it won't work out for you in the later games, like such as Tier 8. Tier 8 is a pretty steep wall. Well, a pretty big step compared to the rest, I should say. Because tiers 1 through 3, you just breeze through. You don't think, you don't look, you just go, 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 and you can get through fine. You start to do that at tier 4. It'll take you a little bit longer, but it's still not as... Oh yeah, look at this shot. This isn't the one I was talking about earlier, but thanks, World of Warships. I really just wanted to shoot that island. Such wow. But anyway, oh yes, that's right, the whole World of Tanks tiers and whatnot. So back to what I was saying then. Tier 4, you could play like you did tiers 1 through 3 and come off pretty okay. You're not going to be the happiest person in the world, but it could be a lot worse. You get to tier 5 and you start to see tier 7s, and if you chose light tanks, you start to see things like tier 8s, tier 9s sometimes, and then you start to get serious, you get frustrated because you shoot at someone and it bounces, and it bounces, and it bounces, and you can't figure out why. And after a while of that, you get to tier 6 and you start to learn about armor angling. That's about when I did, at least. And so one of my first heavies was the KV-1. Really simple, easy to get to, and quite decent with armor and so on and so forth. So I started to learn about armor angling and figured out that instead of just turning the whole tank forwards at whatever I was shooting at, if I turn the hull a little bit, it'll be good. Well, then the turret started being pinned, so I was like, okay, so if I turn the turret, I could increase the armor and angle it like that. So that, what did I say, 5 is about when I started to learn about armor angling. Tier 6, I started to very much learn about Holddown, because I had the M6, and in the M6 it's pointless to angle your armor. However, if you could get that thing hold down, you're pretty well off. I mean, it's not like the T-29 which comes after it, but it will train you to go hold down. And how, the way I see it is, if you come up to a ledge and you can see the ground in your sight, you all hold down in a fairly decent spot. That's if you're going straight up some sort of incline. If you're coming off when it's slanted, you're obviously going to be at a bigger disadvantage, but... And then after tier 6, I went to tier 7, which my first tier 7 was... Oh, what was I say? The Tiger P? Yeah, Tiger P. Really good frontal armor, very similar to the Tiger, with, in my opinion, a bit better gun handling than the Tiger. And I mean, I haven't actually unlocked the top gun on the Tiger, and here's the shot that I was talking about. Fired a kind of ranging shot, and then went, yeah, that's about good. That was really about good. But anyway, back to the whole story of me going through World of Tanks. I got to tier 7, again, Tiger P was the first one. Remembered KV-1 and armor angling, well, cheeks of the Tiger P are a big weak spot. So coming around corners, I would always angle to hide that weak spot behind the corner, which was kinda difficult. For me, at least, just learning how to do it. Very shortly got the T-29, makes lots of credits for me. And eventually, I got to tier 8, which was the VK. The VK is a very confused, quote-unquote, heavy. I guess, quote, heavy, unquote. because it is just a slow medium. That's it, just a slow medium. Raw stats, horrible when it comes to armor, unlike other tier 8 medium, well, tier 8 heavies. But it's got heavier armor than a medium. You look at the mobility, probably the most mobile heavy tank there is, tier for tier, without a doubt in my mind. However, it's not as mobile as some mediums, well, most mediums. You look at the gun performance, very rapid firing, not high pen. Doesn't that sound like a medium tank? And it frustrated me to no end, because I could never figure out, do I play like a heavy, do I play like a medium, what do I use this as? And as I was coming to the end of playing that tank, I decided, you know what, it's a medium, screw it. And it worked out quite nicely for me. And now my tier 9 is the VK. I just said the tier 8, I can't remember the name of it already. But you know, the one that tends to get as much bad rep as an E100, because it's tier 9 with the same frontal armor and with pretty decent armor angling. It's probably even better, for the simple fact that there's really no frontal weak spots on that tank. So hopefully I can actually find some enjoyment again back in World of Tanks, bring myself to grind through that tier 9 by the tier 10, and generally start on another branch, because I really want the mouse. I know it's probably not the best tank for tier 10, but it teaches you quite a lot of stuff that I wouldn't otherwise have learned getting there. I mean, obviously the E100 is more sought after because it's a bit more mobile. It's got a gun that goes up a tier. I say up a tier, it's got a gun upgrade, I should say. But other than that, it's just a mouse, different turret. And I think that about brings this to the end of the video. This has been the Desk for 13. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and share. It really does help out the channel. If you want to keep up to date with my uploads, please subscribe and check out the channel. If you ever want to get into contact with me, there is always Facebook in the description. If you have an awesome replay, there is an email in the description as to which you can send it to. And if you have any suggestions, comments down below. This has been the Desk for 13. Hope you enjoyed the video. Signing off. Bye.